All right, well, it's Friday the 13th of March. Once again, we've come to a Friday. Once again, we look back at the week and we reflect. It was supposed to pour rain on Wednesday. I got a piece of hay in my neck. Yeah. It was supposed to pour rain on Wednesday, so I decided that the interns that normally come on Wednesday, maybe we could have a rehearsal of the Healing Pastures Farmhand Band, because one of the interns has invited us to sing at the Folk Fest at St. Lawrence University in April 24th. And I was like kind of wondering, when are we going to rehearse? Like, how's this going to work? But it was forecast a lot of rain. Of course, it didn't end up raining till later, but it all worked out. And I was really impressed. One of the students, a guy named Gavin, hell of a drummer. So we actually met in his drumming rehearsal space. And the dog's vet, Caitlin, she came by. She's a singer. And a friend of my dad's and a friend of mine for many years, Rainbow Crabtree, came by. She used to own the Nature's Storehouse natural food store in town. And she has since become a nurse. And the last time I went to Albany, she actually took care of my dad for me while I was gone. So it was a real confirmation that this is not a do-it-yourself project, this life thing. This is a do-it-with-others project, DIO, do it with others. So my message this week is just really think about a couple of things. First of all, think about how you can invite other people to do things with you in a way that's filled with non-attachment. Like you're not depending on them, you're not desperate, but you invite them. And if they show up, great. If they don't, you invite other people. And again, this is all lessons for me because I spent a lot of my life not really knowing how to be social. And when I kind of discovered that, I'm actually kind of on the autism spectrum, it made a lot of sense. And it gave me some compassion towards myself, and permission to just not know how to do it. And to not make not knowing how to do it wrong. You know what I mean? So this week was a real confirmation that when you are in alignment, when, as David Bear talks about in his videos, when you take away the resistance, amazing things can happen effortlessly without a bunch of pushing. There was action involved, there were decisions involved, yes, but there was no efforting, there's no push. It was like, it's going to rain, okay, here's an opportunity. And we're down to one bale. That's the last bale in this particular area. And turned out my guy who lives across the street, my hay guy, he actually used to farm this years ago. He was available to bring more bales, and I had him put them in another area. And he was like, oh yeah, this area here, that used to be a gravel quarry. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. The soil over there is horrible. So getting the hay down on it, even if the sheep don't eat all of it, we're going to build us some soil. So things are progressing, and we had a little warm weather earlier in the week, and now it's kind of cold and windy, and it's just, look at Spike. Spike's like, you got another one of those chewies? You got another chewy, Mark? Yeah, I have another chewy. He looked at me, and the dogs have been great today. They just went for a nice wander, and I took my own walk in the opposite direction. So it's Friday. Find a way to do it with others, without attachment, without need, without desperation. Find a way to do it with others. That's my big message, and I'm going to stick to it. And I think, could be wrong, but I think I heard my first red-winged blackbird. So maybe the song this week will be Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. So the male red-winged blackbirds come back first. They stake out some territories, and then the girlies come, the girl blackbirds, and joined as well by starlings, grackles, lots of other birds. So I managed to collect some wood today. A road crew had cut a couple of trees down on the edge of our property and the road. And so I'm going to be able to finish my stack under the porch with my very own wood, free wood. So that was fun, and I got a really good workout, and that's why I'm kind of tired, is it was an intense workout, because I cut almost a full utility trailer load of wood, and then I had to unload it. So I can tell that was a workout. So yeah, I'm going to take it easy for the rest of the afternoon. Maybe you can find a way to take it easy. One of the readings in the Tao, the daily Tao that I read every day, was a lot about water, a lot about Wu Wei, and allowing rather than forcing, rather than pushing. So I'm enjoying focusing on that. And it's a lot more pleasurable than the forcing, the pushing, the urgent, if you don't do it, someone else will beat you there. And to allow the energy of the universe to support you. So do it with others. Find a different way to do it. Find ways to allow things to happen. Find ways to let go of the resistance that you put in the way of the things you say you want. So here's a song. Not sure which one it is yet. It might be Blackbirds Are Back. Thanks for watching. Cowabungah Shazaam. Peace, love, and grooviness. Amen. Do it with others, people. Find a way. Do it with others. We're too isolating these days. Even introverts need other people, right? I'm an introvert. I'm not a hermit. The definition of an introvert is someone who recharges their batteries alone or with one other person. An extrovert is someone who recharges their batteries with other people. Sometimes the bigger the group, the more relaxed, the more restful it is for them. Which seems odd to me, because I'm an introvert. But I'm not a hermit, I say. I'm not. I'm sticking to it. All right, so here's the song. Boom. Cowabungah Shazaam. Amen. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. The blackbirds seem to know just how to melt the snow and to get the sun to stay. This may come as a shock, but they each must leave the flock and stake out their territory. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. The grass is turning green in patches by the road, and though it's cool, it isn't cold. And all the deer I've seen are so hungry for the green that it makes them rather bold. singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. When the peepers start to sing, it's so encouraging, 'cause then you know it's really spring. When the peepers start their song, you know it won't be long till you'll be mowing your front lawn. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. They're singing in the trees about the breeze. Blackbirds are back and they're singing in the trees. Thanks for listening to the song. And I want to say, I don't talk about the news very often here because you get bombarded with news. I am trying to offer a space that gives you a little respite from the news. I'm not sticking my head in the sand and wiggling my tail feathers out in the wind. I pay attention to the news, but I'm also very careful not to allow it to pull me off. The buzzword these days is regulation and dysregulation. Do not allow the news to dysregulate you. Focus on the things you can affect. Change the things you can change and accept the things you cannot change. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It just makes sense. So much less wear and tear on your being if you allow the world to do what the world is doing, but you do what you can do in your small little piece of it. So that's what I'm doing here, is trying to make a positive difference in the lives of a few sheep, a couple of dogs, some soil under a solar panel place that used to be a gravel quarry, and on we go. Do it with others, all right? Peace, love, grooviness, over and out. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please leave a comment below. Thumbs ups help really too. Really appreciate it so much. Thank you. Have a great week. Have a great life. Peace, love, grooviness, over and out. Amen. Farm Church has concluded. Boom. Hey, Spiky. Come here, buddy. Come here, honey. Come on. Come on over here. Come on. Come here. Come on, Spiky. Okay, you're just gonna chill there? That's fine too. I have a lot of hay in my shirt and it itches. It's going right down the back of my neck. There it is, right there. That was down the back of my neck. I'm gonna put my hood up. It's so drab this time of year, isn't it? It's just so drab. They're finding stuff to eat. And enjoying the hay. I was concerned they wouldn't have enough for this weekend, but they are more than amply supplied. So I thought I was kind of late, but the timing is divine timing, flow state. That's what we're working on. You don't really see the sheep freaking out about stuff. They're pretty chill. Bikey. Who's my bikey? Luna is a chewer. She likes to chew stuff. I've been told by dear friends that the rawhide chews are bad for them, but they don't seem to be negatively affected by them at all. They just demolish them. They chew them up. And I think it's good for their jaws and their teeth. Shit! Oh no, they're gonna all come over. I get a kick out of yelling out sheep, and then they all answer me. I did a whole church service thing this week. It was fun. It's already been posted though. Check out my latest video. Okay.